Oscar Best Picture predictions for September. So I'm going to try to do this every month, as it might change here and there. But I've literally only seen two of the films that are in my Oscar predictions. And surprise, surprise, my number one and my number two are the only two films that I've seen so far. So I'm sure this is gonna change as I see them and I make my judgments. And this probably is matching some other people's rough guesses for the first and second place. But for me, I know a lot of people are putting one battle after another at number one. That's not me. I'm putting Sinners at number one just for now. You know, Sinners has had time to ruminate and sort of just chill for a while now, you know. But we have to remember how good Sinners was. Like, it was incredible. Now, of course, One Battle After Another is an absolute fucking smash of a film. Just an absolute smash. It's a smashed potato of a film. So I totally understand why it's at people's number one. But like I was alluding to in my One Battle After Another review, there are some things which I think One Battle After Another is going to get nominated for, and very good chance that it will win. However, I do think some of those things, Sinners might just actually have the edge. When people go back to it, when their campaigns for Oscars finally begin, and people start watching the For Your Considerations and start making their votes, and they rewatch Sinners, they're going to remember the score. So right now, yeah, One Battle After Another, that score was absolutely tremendous. But when you rewatch Sinners, that score is it drives that film so well. Obviously, it's a film with songs and music in it already. But the score, like the score of the film is it's just great. It's wonderful. It's this bluesy rock. I talk about it a lot, but Sinners still has the best scene of the year. And we all know what scene that is. In the club, where they start singing that song, and then the camera starts flying around, and we start to see the music transcend time, and we start to see lots of different things, and like electric guitars and a DJ booth, and like these things sort of come out. That is an absolutely inspired scene. Inspired. So I'm also going to say cinematography. People right now are going to say, well, One Battle After Another, cinematography was just absolutely the best. And you might be right. And maybe in a few months when I've had let it ruminate and I rewatch Sinners, I'll go, yeah, you're right. But we have to remember how good Sinners freaking looked. The use of fire, the use of light. Like, it's just wonderful. That film looks wonderful. There are some shots that I'll never get out of my mind. And shots in the darkness. So many shots in the dark that are so well realized. So Sinners is my number one. I do think that it's simmering right now. Like, it had its high. That was a bunch of months ago now. People had it high up on their list, and now it's simmering. It's just simmering. It's still going to be the near the top of most people's lists, but I reckon it's simmering, and people will go back to it and then reassess. And I'm predicting that when they do reassess, I reckon it might eke out first place, number one. But I'm totally and utterly not sure or convinced by that, because obviously my number two is One Battle After Another. So that's the only other film that I've seen on my list. One Battle After Another. It's Paul Thomas Anderson. He is known as one of the great American filmmakers now. He makes films that stand the test of time. We're talking Boogie Nights, we're talking There Will Be Blood. He makes films that stand the test of time and that are some of the absolute classics now. And One Battle After Another is probably going to become that as well. And I think the Academy might want to reward him as best director and best film. Like, I just think it's that good. The script is great. The performances are wonderful. Like I say, but the score is really good. The cinematography is really good. Um, yeah, the I just think this film has a very good shot at eking out a win here for Best Picture. But I'm definitely putting it down as nominated my number two. Now number three is one I have not seen, but I think pretty much everybody is saying that No Other Choice is wonderful. Now you might be saying Inti, Popcorn King, Sire, Hamnet should be your number three, right? Well, it's not. I'm sorry, it's just not. I think Hamnet's going to be amazing, but No Other Choice is my number three. Partly for the same reason that number two and number one. Because I think the Academy are going to, in a little bit in their minds, not only think that one of these three films are the best film of the year, and they want to award it just Best Picture because of that alone, but also because the directors are directors they want to award. They've put in a pretty good shift. Paul Thomas Anderson has put in a shift. Ryan Coogler for Sinners has put in a shift, and now for No Other Choice, we've got the director of Oldboy, right? What is his name? I'm just going to look it up. But Oldboy, come on, that is one of the absolute classic films of all time that everyone talks about. One of the best hallway fight scenes you'll ever see. Directed by Park Chan-wook. This director has directed No Other Choice. Everyone says this film goes hard, and it looks incredible. It's funny. It brings up a conversation about what it means to be jobless in Korea, and how your identity is wrapped up in your job. So many things. So I do think that they're going to want to award one of these three directors, because all three of these directors have just made they've just made maybe their best film each. You know, Sinners might be Ryan Coogler's absolute best film that he'll ever make. One Battle After Another, it could potentially be Paul Thomas Anderson's best film that he'll ever make. You know, No Other Choice could be Park Chan-wook's best film that he ever makes. We've got three directors who have been working in Hollywood solidly for many, many years now, making great film after great film after great film, and all three of them on the same year just so happen to maybe make the best film of their careers ever. So I really do think it's going to be one of those three. They've never won. This could be the year for them. Also, No Other Choice. Like there's usually, these days it seems to be the case that there's usually one international film up there. So I'm putting it up there. 4, I've got Hamnet. 4, Hamnet at number 4, the film about Shakespeare, starring Jessie Buckley, directed by Zoe Zhao. I think this film looks like it's going to be incredible. Everybody loves it. The amount of good reviews it's getting, yes, it's going to be in the conversation. It has to be in the conversation. However, Chloe Zhao has quite recently won an Oscar. I don't think she's going to win again. This could very well be, after I watch it, I could say, no, this is the best film of the year. But she just won an Oscar. And like I say, those other 3 films, they haven't. And these films are all excellent. I mean, No Other Choice I haven't seen, but people say it's excellent. So Hamnet, it's got a battle, because it could be as good as those other 3 films, if not better. But the director has already won an Oscar. I do think that puts it at a tiny bit of a disadvantage. Sentimental value, again, I'm putting that as my number 5. Sentimental value. I think it's stirring the pot, but I think it's maybe in terms of direction, it looks like it is less flashy than the films that I've put above it. It looks like it's more of a drama. It looks to be more of a film centered around great performances, but sort of talking around in a house. And now those films can be the best. Like, just talky films can be the absolute best. Don't get me wrong. But yeah, I'm just hearing maybe slightly less than the other four films above it. Now, I haven't heard anything about the next film. My number 6 is there just because I think people are sleeping on this film a bit. I think Wicked is going to be, it's my number 6. I think it's definitely going to get nominated. I think the first Wicked was nominated, didn't win that much. However, like Lord of the Rings, this was all filmed in one, and it's one continuous story. It's not like the first Wicked had a beginning, middle, and end necessarily. It had a beginning, middle, and then kind of cliffhanger, and now we're going to get the resolution of it all. We're going to get the tie-in with Wizard of Oz, which is Hollywood royalty, of course. And we're going to have great performances yet again. I think people are sleeping on this. For some reason, there's some rumor that the second half of Wicked is kind of not as great as the first half. And it's not true. There's so many great songs in the second half of Wicked. In fact, the best song is in the second half of Wicked. For Good. That's why it's called Wicked For Good. For Good is one of the best duets ever written in musical theatre history. So I don't agree with that it's going to be worse than the first one. I think it's going to be better. It's going to be more interesting character development. Number 7, I have got this film. I'm just really excited to see this film. I heard really good things about it, and it's directed by somebody who the Academy love. I can't remember her name right now. It won't come to me. House of Dynamite. So the House of Dynamite, I think it's going to be, is it Netflix's film? It's going to be Netflix's film. I've got a sense that people initially thought, oh, this is going to be some Netflix action film, but it's come out and sort of blown people away. So I think A House of Dynamite has got a really good shot. I'm putting it at number 7. Number 8, I can never doubt James Cameron. So my number 8 is Avatar. I can't doubt James Cameron. He always makes films that make billions and billions of dollars and get nominated for loads of Oscars. That's just what he does. And until he doesn't do that, I guess I'll just have to keep choosing him and believing in him. Number 9 and number 10, I'm not sure about for two different reasons. It's the Safdie brothers film. Number 9, I'm putting Marty Supreme. Number 10, I'm putting Smashing Machine. Both sports biopics by the Safdie brothers. Now, Marty Supreme is an unknown quantity, but it's got Timothée Chalamet. I haven't seen any reviews for it yet, but the Academy love Timothée Chalamet, so I feel like he's probably going to get nominated, and if he gets nominated, then that's a good reason to nominate the film. And then for number 10, Smashing Machine, that is dropping down, and to be honest with you, as more films come out, maybe Deliver Me From Nowhere and stuff, it will just come off my list. Deliver Me From Nowhere's not on my list at the moment. I just don't know which ones to knock off. Maybe A House of Dynamite was a bit of a reach. But the other ones all seem like almost surefire bets to me, apart from Marty Supreme and Smashing Machine. And who knows, when Marty Supreme comes out, it might be the best film of the year. We don't know. No one's seen that film yet. And Timothée Chalamet is great. So we don't know. Smashing Machine has really good reviews. However, I am sort of slightly hearing things like, okay, but it's not going to win the Oscar. So maybe that's the case. I'm not sure, but that's what I've got. Number 1, Sinners. Number 2, One Battle After Another. Number 3, No Other Choice. Number 4, Hamnet. Number 5, Sentimental Value. Number 6, Wicked. Number 7, House of Dynamite. Number 8, Avatar. Number 9, Marty Supreme. And number 10, Smashing Machine. That's my list. And let me know your list down below. I'd love to know if you think I'm totally off the mark here with things like House of Dynamite, and not putting in Deliver Me From Nowhere. There's a couple of other films I haven't put in there as well. I don't know. I've literally only seen 2 of these films, and that's all I've got to go by at the moment. But this is my prediction. Let me know yours in the comments below. Let me know if you know what film is playing in the background there. So a good film on. It's a bit blurry, so I know it's difficult for you to work it out, but that's part of the challenge. So let me know. If the first person to put the name of that film in the comments below will win 10 points. Okay? 10 whole points. Imagine what you can do with 10 whole points. It's crazy. And then just hit that like button, that subscribe button, and just remember that I, Inti Conde, the Popcorn King, I just love you. That's all I do. I just love, 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 love you.